When it comes to indie animation, most people direct their attention at the two bigwigs in the industry. Glitch Productions, who brought us shows like The Amazing Digital Circus, The Gaslight District, and Knights of Guinevere, as well as Spindlehorse, who brought us shows like Has-Been Hotel and Hell of Boss. Obviously, these are the biggest players in the industry, and for good reason. Both of these companies have brought us some fantastic shows, and they are both fantastic in their own right. But there is a whole other world when it comes to indie animation that people don't realize. Sure, most of the videos on my channel do focus on Glitch Productions, I'll admit. And while they'll still remain a big part of this channel, I would like to start taking a deeper dive into some of the other indie animated shows from insanely talented creators that I just wish got more recognition. Let's start with a show that I've actually been wanting to make a video about for a very long time, like over a year, Monkey Wrench. I figured with the release of episode 5 still being relatively fresh, it would be no better time to jump right on, and I still managed to be incredibly late to talking about it. Hey, big surprise there. Well, at least the video actually managed to come out this time. You know what, just sit back, relax, and grab a slice of pizza, because we are about to head off on an intergalactic journey that feels like a callback to the golden age of Saturday morning cartoons against a bitter evil. And of course, I am talking about the treacherous YouTube algorithm, because this show is incredibly underrated. More on that in a moment. The show follows Shrike and Bulldog Browns, who goes by Beeps for short, two cut-rate mercenaries just cruising around the galaxy in search of some decent paying contracts. The show was created by Josh Palmer, known by most as Zurel, along with his wife Ashley Palmer. The pilot would officially release on July 18th, 2022 on Zurel's YouTube channel, but now Monkey Wrench has found a home on its own channel. I'll talk more about the show and its quality in just a moment, but the main reason I wanted to make this video in the first place was to point out just how critically underrated it is and how the YouTube algorithm just pays no mind to it. The most recent episode, Interloper, which was absolutely incredible, came out over 2 months ago and hasn't even reached 500,000 views. There's a problem there. I need to point that out. Like, there is something seriously wrong with that. The pilot's re-upload, which came out over 2 years ago, only has 1.8 million views. Now sure, these are numbers that some people can only dream of having, and I'm not saying that these aren't good numbers at all. In fact, it's the opposite. However, for the amount of effort that goes into the show, I wish that more people paid attention to it. That's why merch and things like Patreon and YouTube memberships are important for creators. Without that, as much as I hate to admit it, Monkey Wrench would have unfortunately been cancelled by now. Even the creators themselves have been very open about the struggles they face when developing the show, and I truly commend them for that. Not many creators would be upfront and personal about their struggles. Many would just kind of sweep it under the rug and pretend like everything's fine. I'm looking at you, video game industry. Come on, GTA 6, just fucking come out already! Okay, I feel like that's a completely separate topic, but I kind of just wanted a reason to bring up GTA 6 in a video. I don't know. But anyway, the fact that against all odds, they're still able to release new episodes is beyond inspiring, and I truly wish them the best of luck with the future of the series. Honestly, it would be so cool if Glitch could give them a hand, considering that they just picked up Lackadaisy. I'm not entirely sure how that would work though, because with Lackadaisy, that only has a pilot at the moment and hasn't even released a proper first episode yet, while with Monkey Wrench, we're already 5 episodes in, so I'm not sure if Glitch is specifically targeting projects that only have pilots released, or if shows that are already out there in the world count. Glitch is already super friendly with the team who works on Monkey Wrench, so I guess anything is possible. At the very least, they could help manufacture the merch with Final Project. That's always a possibility, at the very least. But then again, now that I think about it more, Glitch did mention that projects picked up through Glitch Presents could very well be exclusive to streaming platforms. So if Monkey Wrench did eventually get picked up through them, it could very well end up being exclusive to a streaming platform, which on the bright side would mean that there would be future sustainability with the series, but on the downside it would mean that future episodes would not be on YouTube, and who knows, maybe the episodes that are currently available on YouTube would eventually get taken down. So who knows, maybe it is for the best that the episodes remain fully independent without any help from an external company. But that's just my take on it. Now, if you'll excuse me, it's my due diligence to scream and gush about how I love pretty much everything about this show. In T-minus 3, 2, 1. Oh my god, where was this show when I was a kid? Everything from the animation to the character writing to the fucking music. Is like a perfect blend of Toonami and Saturday morning cartoons, and I love every second of it. Feed it to me, feed it to me, feed it to me, feed it to me. Okay, that description doesn't really do the show justice, as it's much more than that. Shrike and Beeb aren't just your run-of-the-mill mercenaries looking for a quick paycheck. They both share a genuine bond with each other, and I love the character interactions between them both, with Shrike being the more stubborn one and Beebs being more wise and down to earth. Usually whatever contract the two take on ends up with something going completely wrong as per the status quo. For example, the first episode sees our two protagonists needing to safely escort this cracked out bird named Nobert Patu to Oberon Station, as he has a pretty hefty bounty on his head worth 10 million pixels and is being hunted by Kara, a mysterious assassin who serves as a major villain throughout the series. He also wants to shut the hell up about some stupid ass ghost egg.
Okay? That fucking bird that I hate.
That fucking bird that I hate. That fucking bird that I hate.
That fucking bird that I hate.
We then go from that to an episode where we have to protect these adorable crystals known as Lithops from the destruction of their planet by placing them in this big ass cube. And if I couldn't emphasize it enough, these things are cute as hell.
Ain't no sun here.
How you do that?
This whole thing, had it since, forever, I guess. Can put whatever I want into it.
I go!
Oh, sure thing, little amigo. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess now's a good time to mention that Shrike has a damn crystal in the back of his head that can be used as an endless inventory. Link must be jealous. We even see as the series progresses that Beebs begins to doubt whether he and Shrike are even cut out for the merc life to begin with. This realization actually comes to him shortly after the events of the previous episode where the Lithops were involved. I'm really trying to give a brief rundown of what you can expect without spoiling anything, as I want anyone to be able to watch this video, even those who haven't watched the series who might be interested in it. In fact, I'm positioning this video as an epilogue of sorts to a series of full episode analysis / reviews, as I want to dive even deeper into this crazy ass series. And don't worry, those videos are being worked on accordingly and won't take nearly as long to come out as this video. I'd actually like to be caught up with those reviews before the next episode releases if possible, depending on when that day actually comes, because I have no idea when they plan on releasing the next episode. Anyway, the bottom line is, I really enjoy Monkey Wrench. I don't think I've said a negative thing about it so far. That obviously doesn't mean certain things can't be improved upon, of course,
But I'll be honest, even so, I don't have too many negative things to say off the top of my head. It's just a really fun series that has some really lovable characters, fantastic animation given the budget they're working with, and once again, I can't get enough of that music. Please, if you haven't watched Monkey Wrench yet, go do yourself a favor and go watch it. And if you have watched the show already, go watch it again. The creators could really use your support.
This show is a prime example of YouTube's algorithm not giving two shits about animation. As much as I love Glitch and constantly give them praise for changing indie animation as a whole, if I'm being honest, they just got lucky with the success of The Amazing Digital Circus. That type of content typically never goes viral unless you're brain rot like Skibbity Toilet or something. YouTube's algorithm typically favors channels that upload multiple times a week with long watch times per video. It's also in the creator's best interest to upload content no shorter than 10 minutes long so that they can get access to things like mid-roll ads. These are tasks that are insanely difficult for YouTube animators, as it could take several months to release a single 25-minute long episode of a series with a full team. That's why typically in between full episodes, we get several advertisements on the channel as well to keep up with the YouTube algorithm so that they don't get lost. I also feel like I need to address the elephant in the room. The fact that unfortunately YouTube is using AI to mislabel tons of animated content on the platform as made for kids. This is likely due to animation always having this historical bias as being childish, despite the fact that some of the most popular animated shows in the entire world are made for adults. If any content is labeled this way, that also means you have restricted access to basic features on your channel such as comments and even the notification bell. This will significantly harm the future of indie animation during a time where it's finally starting to flourish. I definitely wouldn't say Monkey Wrench is a show made for kids, as it does feature some more over-the-top alien violence and some minor swearing, especially in Spanish. Thanks, Shrike. But it's also pretty tame. It's definitely not something that YouTube should label as made for kids, and I hope this show doesn't meet that same fate as some others out there. This show is already underrated enough, and I really don't want to see it banished to the YouTube shadow realm. Please, YouTube, give animation a chance. I know my measly voice won't get the job done, but if you won't do it for me, then please, do it for Scritch. No, you can fuck off, Scratch. I'm not paying off that debt. What? Are you kidding me? I have no idea what you're talking about. Side note, in future episodes of my little Monkey Wrench deep dive, I'll be ranking my favorite characters from top to bottom, and just know that this fucker is already at the bottom. You're chill though, Scritch.
There's also, of course, their official Patreon and merchandise, which is another excellent way to voice your love for the series. I'll be leaving links to those down below. And if Zero is up to it, I would love to interview him on the channel at some point. Although this video has been delayed for a multitude of reasons, a big one being college just taking up most of my time as of late, if I'm being honest, I had actually tried contacting Zurel a few different times over the last few months to hopefully include an interview at the end of this video, but unfortunately I never heard back. That's actually a pretty significant reason as to why this video just never came out. Please don't blame him at all, because he is a very busy person working on this show, probably as we speak, and for all I know, my messages could have just gotten lost in transit. However, I would love to pick his brain for a bit and discuss this incredible series with him so that it could be shared with even more people.
I'll save you for my full review of episode 1.